Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Monday to all. Now, I would like to touch a very fascinating subject, one that's been bothering me for many years now, and that as I'm back in the classroom, I've had to tackle on day one because I've always been questioning myself on the pertinence of the morning circle. Obviously, for me, it was always about building community, a time to share, a time to talk, a time to create an attachment link with the students among themselves and with me, so that they can reflect. If there's emotions that need to be dealt with, we take care of them at that moment. But there are some parts of the calendar, such as the calendar, that I really wondered why bother. This year, for many different reasons, the outdoors is a really wonderful resource for us. The children really, there's no discipline, almost no discipline to do outdoors. There's full of free play. I've been observing them and really been able to assess them so much. And I was even thinking that it would be a good thing to bring the calendar, I call it the calendar, I should say the morning circle outside. I think it would be valuable for the kids to come in and go straight outside. Now, why would I want to do that? Because it's going very well inside? Well, actually, because it's not going very well inside. I'm having, as always, some years it's better, some years it's worse, to struggle with some students that just cannot stay seated for more than about a minute. Now, obviously, at the beginning of the year, circle time is very, very short, and you expand as we go along. But I'm having the situation where even over a minute is impossible to handle for some children, running around, throwing things, and I don't see that happening outside. So I had to rethink, what should I keep in my morning circle that I could bring outside with me that doesn't necessitate paper and all sorts of things that I need to bring outside. So I researched a little bit and I'm like, what's important? What does the research say? What should the morning circle look like? What should we be tackling at that morning circle? Well, I fell upon an absolutely amazing little, let's call it a podcast. It was a 10-minute interview with 3 specialists. Their names are Heather Shoemaker, Amanda Morgan, and Deborah Stewart. These 3 ladies who are authors, bloggers, early childhood specialists with over 20 years each in early childhood education. And they all have really interesting things to say about it with a couple of different views, but they really bring the question, do we really need a calendar in our morning circle? What is so important? What does research show now that is the most important and effective way of communicating with our students, and what should be done? So I really encourage you to go listen to that. You'll see at the end of my video, which is almost done, you can click on that. It's about 10 minutes and every word of it is really, it's clear, it's concise, and you can really take that and bring it further. And they really have a good explanation of what their views are. Basically, for a little short resume, they believe, and I kind of had that feeling as well, but they've confirmed my feeling, that the calendar with its numbers and its date, 14th of September 2020, is really not something that we should be using with them, because it won't make the kids any readier to understand the concept of time. If we look at our MEAS program, nowhere does it say that they need to be able to situate themselves precisely in that time. And the brain, apparently, according to them, one is a doctor, the brain is not ready to grasp that information until about the age 7. So until they're in grade 1 or 2, they don't really understand and they can't situate themselves in that precise time. One of the specialists talks about the fact that she uses, what she kept is the weather. The weather being, you can use what was the temperature yesterday, what was the temperature today, what will it be tomorrow. And for the outdoors, that's very relevant because you can easily go downstairs and say, hey guys, what was the temperature like yesterday? How did we dress like yesterday? Hier, aujourd'hui, how can we dress today because of how the weather is outside? So that's very relevant to them and it makes them think, ooh, the weather is like this, it's windy, it's foggy, it's going to be cold, so I should be wearing this. That's absolutely relevant to what we want to do. And then there's a possibility, so you've tackled your weather right there, And I have absolutely decided that I will remove the calendar from my morning circle. It will stay in the classroom and it will move along as it. I'll just mention it in passing, but I won't make it a big thing. And I'm still gonna think about it, but I really encourage you to go listen to that. For them, it was also about building community, communication, and even the letter of they tackle the calendar and the letter of the week. What is the importance of doing a letter, especially in alphabetical order? They have brought up the idea that what's important for children is the significance of a letter. So for example, it was a little boy's birthday today. The first letter of his name is L. So today we did the letter L, and it was very relevant to them. We looked at the different names of the children, who has the L. We found letters, words that we knew that had the L sound. It was very, very valid because it was very significant to him. Maybe not for the others, but still we could find a lot of L's in the name. So that is something that we could ponder on, because sometimes things fall into tradition and we keep on doing them just because we've always done them. So let's maybe try to shake things up a bit and ask ourselves, why do we do this calendar, the morning circle, and how can we make it even more relevant for children and for ourselves, especially in the context of outdoor teaching, when we don't want to drag all of these things outside if they're not actually helping children grow. So I encourage you to go watch that little video by Ms. Schumacher, Ms. Morgan, and Ms. Stewart. Fascinating little 10 minutes that you will surely enjoy. Thank you for your time and catch you later. Bye-bye.